So everyone, our next exhibit here is one of the very first Dubmasters, Jonathan. He comes in at 12 feet tall, weighing 120 pounds. Very nice, I know. Now if you'll follow me to our next exhibit, Biggest Headus Jonas. You're 14 feet tall, you idiot.
Hey, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Ethan.
And today we're here to review the new fantasy film at Ninth Museum, The Secret of the Tomb.
So Ethan, what was your expectations going into this movie?
Well, going into this movie, I'll just say that I completely forgot everything that happened in the first two movies, because I'll admit, it's been a long time since I've seen them, and I really enjoyed the first two. So I'm using my knowledge of what happened, or at least I'm going to try to use my knowledge of what happened from the first movies to go into this one. And so really I just expected more or less the same thing from both the movies.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be kind of a standard sequel. I
Right.
really wasn't expecting much.
Right.
But I'm happy to say that I think this one ended up being the best of the trilogy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So first, the acting in this movie is really good. all
It's
around.
good. There are a lot of likable characters, which I have to like. So Ben Stiller, really likable character, and he's a good actor at that.
Yeah, I also thought that Dan Stevens was really good in this movie.
As
surprisingly.
Lancelot.
As Lancelot.
Right, I thought he had it. I just keep saying it, that there are just good characters in this entire movie, and I gotta give the movie that.
And of course, we have to mention Robin Williams.
Stop, I'm gonna cry.
He was really good in this movie.
He was
He
good.
really was.
Although I would have liked to see a little bit more screen time. He does get some more during like the last final act. I still would have liked a little bit more, but still, good acting
Yeah.
from him.
That's good. I also want to give props to the CGI. Overall, everything was really creative.
Right.
It was
Everything really like immersed me in the world, and I liked how it did that. Although there were, I would say, 1 or 2 points where the CGI could have looked better. It didn't more say look bad.
It was just weird.
It just looked out of place. So good, more or less good CGI.
I know what you mean. Also, I thought that this really wrapped up the movie, the series, very well.
Yeah.
This felt like a really good conclusion.
Right, yeah. The last act really does sum up your entire journey of what happened in the first two movies, which you kind of had to have seen the first two movies, so you can't go into this movie expecting it to be a standalone. You will have to see the other two. But it wrapped up the series quite nicely, and I liked that.
I did too. Also, it's a great family movie.
Right, take your kids, take your parents, whatever. Take whoever you want. It's good for anyone.
Yeah, you'll really enjoy it. But here's where we go on to the cons.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately, there are some cons to the movie.
Yeah, and the big one is that it really does have hit and miss comedy.
That's if you have a comedy movie, your main goal is to make the audience laugh. Now, when I was sitting there, I didn't laugh a lot. They just kept reusing the same joke formula, and that just after, I would say maybe even the first time, it got a little boring.
Oh yeah, I think I enjoyed it a little bit more. I was just kind of going with it. I thought that it was funny for the most part. It wasn't gut busting, but there was chuckles.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there weren't like genuine laughs during the movie, but they just kept the same formula of jokes over a period of time,
I think,
with other jokes thrown in there as well.
Ben Kingsley delivers the best jokes in the movie.
If we tell you the joke now, it would obviously take you out of the
Spoil it, but he plays a pharaoh and he does a very good job.
Yeah.
Another issue with this movie is that it has too much father-son.
Right, that sort of I don't know, would you say mantra? Maybe no.
Yeah, of like, oh son, you need to be better than I was when I was your kid, so you're gonna go to college.
Right, and that I'll just say it now. That happened between Ben Stiller and his son. It happens between another character and his son, and if I'm not mistaken, it happens between another father and his son. So it gets a little overused, even like a lot overused now.
But I also want to go ahead and say two things really quick.
Right.
Just a reminder, before you watch this movie, you need to see the two previous
You
films.
have to see the two previous films because there are jokes and gags that talk about the other two films. There's an entire plot device that talks about the first film and how that ends. So
Right.
again, you got to see it.
Now, the last con I could really think of this before
Yeah.
we go off is, this movie really jumps right into it.
Yeah. Now, you can do this well, where you just go right in the action, you go right in the plot. You don't need to think of anything else before that. But still, it goes, like I said, it goes right to the plot. There's really no reminder
Right.
of any of the other movies, or it doesn't remind you of any other facts you should know about the other two movies. It just gets you right in the plot. And while, again, that it can be fine and do that, I would have liked a little reminder because it had been some years before I've seen the other ones.
I think what really offset it was the intro had a certain slower tone to it,
Yeah.
and then it immediately switched.
Right. Plot
into-
was introduced and then events occurred.
Right, and then you just started going on.
Right.
So that covers it, Ethan.
Right.
What is your score for this movie?
Now, like I said before, comedy is supposed to make you laugh. And most of the time, I didn't laugh. I did laugh a lot, but just not as much as I would have liked to. So unfortunately, I have to give the movie not as high as a score as I would have given it. I'm going to have to give Night at the Museum 3 a 3.5.
Ah, man, I feel I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think that the hit and miss comedy was that big of an issue. It didn't hinder the experience for me. I thought it had great characters. Dan Stevens killed it. Ben Stiller was great as always. I had a great time with this movie, which is why I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars.
It was good, but I would have just liked better comedy.
Okay, that's understandable. So, how'd you like our review? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also, follow us on Twitter, and if you want to buy really cool Stub merchandise, you can go to cafepress.com/stubmasters, and you can get mugs, shirts, hoodies, you name it.
We got it.
Hope you liked the review. Have an excellent day.
Bye-bye.